Hey guys, I just wanted to do my review of Arrow, Season 4, Episode 21, Monument Point. So, we're back. There's a scene in the dome where Thea's being held against her will since last episode, and Malcolm Merlin arrives at the house where she's staying in to explain that she's the one that requested they stayed down there for shelter because Hive's plan is to induce a nuclear holocaust because he agrees with them that the world's beyond saving and that they were going to rebuild down there. Thea is not having any of it and says that I can either be stuck down there with him or be compliant, or stuck down with him and being a pain in the ass, and asks to know where Alex is. And he's there, escorting all the different brainwashed people to, I guess, different houses or locations, and prepping for what's going to happen. And apparently he's on board with it because he's been taking the yellow pills. And then we also found out that Anarchy has somehow found his way down there and still wants to get revenge on Damien Dark. And he's basically taken two of the Ghost hostage, and Thea's the one who proposes that they form an alliance to stop Damien Dark, but he can't kill innocent people. But Malcolm Merlin shows up firing an arrow to scare him off because he knows he's not going to stand by his word, because he's still placed a bomb in which he's going to cut off all the oxygen supply to everybody who's inside the dome. And then Alex gets caught up in the mix of the whole thing and ends up getting killed by Anarchy as a result, which, I mean, I guess because he was around long enough, it holds some weight, just because he was like a victim and he was under the influence of the yellow pills. But it doesn't really have that much, just because, and I don't know if it really has that much weight, just because it's like he wasn't like a major character, he wasn't very fleshed out, and it seemed like he was kind of defined by, his relationship with Thea or being Oliver's political advisor. And of course, Anarchy is going on some rant about how Thea's too dependent on a man, has to think for herself, and that's why he killed him. And then of course Thea beats him into unconsciousness and then cradles Alex's body. And meanwhile, the rest of Team Arrow realizes that they need Felicity's dad's help, Noah Cutler, to hack into the Rubicon, because he's the only person better hacker aside from Felicity who can pull it off. Damien Dark also comes to the same realization, which is why he sends Brick and Murmur after him to kill him. And while they're trying to track down his location, Oliver gives advice to Diggle about lying to his wife about killing Andy in self-defense, when it was really just in cold blood. And he says that don't let lies destroy your relationship like it did with mine. And also, based on a tip from Donna Smoke, she's able to find an old cabin where Cutler was staying called Ravenspur, which is where Brick and Murmur and company find him, and they're about to kill him until Team Arrow comes to the rescue. And basically, Cutler says that he needs I think it was like a microchip or like a super computer drive in order to hack into the Rubicon, which is being developed at Palmer Tech. But because of Felicity's absences and working with Team Arrow, the board of directors have voted her out as CEO, and apparently she has no access to any of the technology or things that are being developed there. So she basically has to break into her own company with the help of Cutler, Diggle, and Oliver. And even though they weren't able to get the drive itself, they're able to copy the, I guess, information or data or something off of it to be able to use it anyway to hack into Rubicon. And so they have to go to a server farm and start hacking into all the nuclear missile silos. But because of a protocol, or or some kind of safety mechanism in Rubicon that Hive's able to track them down and sends the ghost after them. And basically, the calculator is shot, and Felicity and Noah are able to stop all but one missile, and they have to reroute the missile, and it almost hits Monument Point, but Felicity has to reroute the missile to, instead of Monument Point, it has to be headed towards Havenwood, a smaller town in which thousands of people will die from the explosion instead of millions if it would have hit Monument Point. And it was basically the lesser of two evils, and is definitely weighing on Felicity. And even in spite of the fact that even one of the missiles hit, apparently the idol, whoever's channeling the power of the idol, they don't have to like kill people who are in close proximity, because Dark was the one who launched the missiles. He can actually channel the souls of all, like, the tens of thousands of people who died in that missile attack. And so when Oliver and Diggle find an underground passageway that's supposed to lead down to the Ark, it's they see that Damien's drawing massive powers from all the deaths of the people at Haven Point, and even shows in the flashbacks how Oliver and Tiana are trying to get off the island, and Ryder's still channeling the idol, and basically Oliver has to like shoot him like multiple times to keep him down, but he keeps getting back up. Apparently gives him some kind of immortality, and even though they're getting the idol away from Ryder, the flashback ends with the idol seems to be taking control of Tiana because her eyes start turning yellow in his presence. So I think it was referred to back in the end of 1159 when Oliver talked about how he's seen what magic can do to good people, and apparently I guess Tiana is just corrupted by the power of the idol. So it kind of like regains, at least in my opinion, regains some interest in how the flashbacks are going to turn out. And like I said, these episodes are getting incrementally better. And then there's like this pointless like subplot about Donna giving Lance a hard time about lying in an affidavit about not knowing who the Black Canary is, and he should tell the truth, and he decides to do that, and it's just like, it's just fluff, so whatever. But what do you guys think of the episode? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.